Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about dysfunctional families. I have yet to meet a family that didn't have some kind of issues regarding mental health or addiction or alcoholism. And so it's hit every family in some way or another. It's hit our family very hard, and especially we have people in my family that have actually served in the war in Afghanistan, and I've been in 5 car accidents. We have PTSD, and certain things will trigger us, and one of those is loud noises or some kind of annoying sounds. Like I also have PTSD if I hear someone pounding on the door really hard, because my ex used to do that to scare me, and to this day if I hear somebody pounding on a door, I have to go hide. I mean, it's PTSD is really real, people. Do not take it lightly and try to be compassionate. When someone says they have it, why would someone say they have it if they don't have it, right? So a lot of people are triggered. Triggered is when something takes them back to that time that started it in the first place. And when I'm in a car with somebody and they're driving erratically or dangerous, I just get very mad, and I vow never to get in a car with them again. I won't even get in the car with my own grown children because I just don't like the way they drive. Yeah, I think every family has some sort of dysfunction, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But in this day and time, we need to get it out in the open, especially suicide. Suicide is very, very prevalent in our society, especially with this war going on, with the threat of war. I remember when I was in 2nd grade and 1st grade, we would have to hide under our desks when we heard the sirens, which was a joke now, because if it was a nuclear war, it ain't going to do you any good. But I still have those memories of the Cold War. This is when Kennedy and Khrushchev, and as you all know, my daddy's second cousin was the one shot down over Russia and served 2 years in a Russia prison. He actually almost starved to death. If it hadn't been for his roommate, he said he never wanted to see a head of cabbage again the rest of his life. And his son actually has a museum in Fairfax for Francis Gary Powers Jr. So yeah, this world is like totally upside down. But it ain't the first time we've been in a war. But and I think this aggravates these people with mental health problems. And all you can do is love them and support them. That's why I don't name names, because I would never want to embarrass anybody in my family that has this. Wouldn't want anybody embarrassing me. There was a time in my life where I had agoraphobia. I never left the house for, I think it was 10 years. 10 years. I just didn't do it. So please be passionate. And if anybody in your family has any of these mental health problems, a lot of people who are bipolar and manic depressive, sometimes they isolate and they don't want to talk on the phone. You just have to be very understanding and patient with them, and check on them every once in a while. So like I said, I don't know any perfect families, and I have a lot of Christians in my family, so-called Christians. Who you think they have a perfect life. No, they don't. And this goes for really rich people. I know for a fact that really rich people have a real shitty life. They never take the time to go on a vacation or to learn a new hobby. They don't have the time because they always got to be making them dollars. And I really, really think that after it's all said and done with, all the fancy cars and the big houses, they do not make you happy, people, because I had all that. I had a Corvette, I had a Hummer, a swimming pool, beautiful house, but I was unhappy. I gave it all up, and I like being on a budget. Let me tell you what, the hardest thing in this world is to be on a budget and stick to it. Yeah, so I splurge in some areas, but scrimp in others. Like a lot of women I know go get their eyelashes put in, or they get microblading, or they get their toes and nails done. I pretty much do mine myself. There's nothing false on me, people. Just a little Botox, right? But there's nothing false. My hair is real. I don't have extensions, nor would I even pay money to have them done. And I don't have the little eyelash, but my daughter does it. And just those little bit of eyelashes she has put on, it makes the world of difference. But she watches her pennies in other areas, and which is the same thing that I do. I watch my pennies and budget on certain things and splurge in others. That's one of the keys. I don't have any credit card debt, and I'm happy about that. Oh my God. That's why being on a budget is so important. And I don't go for those $6 cups of coffee at Starbucks, even though almost everybody in my family does. I would rather go get a pack of gum and a 7-Eleven coffee. But you see how I watch my money on one end and splurge on others. So yeah, so I guess the gist of this is to get rid of the stigmas with mental health and suicide. It could happen to any one of us at any minute, and you'll never know. I mean, you'll never know. That some people don't give you any signs, they just do it. And so yeah, it breaks my heart when I hear these young people who just decide to leave this world. And let me tell you what, I have been in that dark hole, and so has a lot of people in my family. And I think the only way to get out of it is with prayer. That's the only way. So thanks for watching. It is a beautiful day. I think it's about 75 degrees. I'm in Lynchburg. This is my granddaughter's house, and she is getting ready for a chicken noodle soup dinner with our neighbors. And I have never made soups. My ex would not let me because he grew up on soups. He said, "Don't you ever serve me a bowl of soup." So I said, well, this soup better be daggone good. But I tried her soup. If you looked at the video last week, it was amazing. I mean, she makes a pot like this big, and it's gone in 2 days, I swear. And I think I think I've told you guys that I'm turning into a vegetarian. I very rarely eat meat. But I am beginning to love soup. But this is her famous chicken noodle soup. Even when she was a little girl, she says, "Nanny, I just want to open up a soup restaurant." And I think one day she just might. Yeah. Okay. Bye.